Hello, welcome back to the Morning Show. In today's fast-paced financial landscape, Gen Z and millennials are facing significant challenges when it comes to managing debt. Reports from the Indonesian Financial Services Authority, or the OJK, have shown that this demographics had an accumulated online loan defaults of 763.65 billion rupiah in 2023, contributing around 44.14% to the national total. And in 2024, non-performing loans of Gen Z and millennials have accounted for 37.17%, or one-third of total online loan defaults.
So the question now are, what exactly makes them more vulnerable to falling into debt traps, and how can they avoid pitfalls? Let's delve deeper into it with certified financial planner Lolita Setiawati joining with us.
Ma Lolita, thank you
Hi.
for joining us into the studio today and welcome back.
Pleasure.
Yes.
So my first question would be, as mentioned, the OJK figures have suggested that Gen Z and millennials are the largest contributors to non-performing online loans. So what are the factors making them particularly vulnerable to defaulting?
True. Okay. The problem is that social media exposure on new trend.
Yeah.
This increases Gen Z and some millennials to have more consumptive lifestyle. And then online loan is very, very easy, you know. It's an easy and fast solution for your financial problem, right?
Yeah.
You just have to have your ID card and pick a selfie of you. And then perhaps most of them just don't realize negative impacts that would happen in the future. For example, bad debt score, you know, it will affect their employment in the future. Perhaps they just have no adequate financial literacy. And lastly, external problems such as less job opportunities and lots of layoffs.
So basically, like social trends, and then also
Some of it because of
maybe
that.
they also experience some vulnerabilities to feel powerless because of less jobs, and then make them
Correct.
feel like to spend more. Okay,
Yes.
so Baloli, how do lifestyle and spending habits among these demographics increase their reliance on debt?
Okay, Gen Z has this social pressure not only from their surrounding but also from social media. Some surveys suggest that Gen Z makes more personal purchases because of social media influences. And then they also prefer buy now, pay later because it fits their nature of digital native lifestyle, you know, like user experience and then app-based shopping feature. And this option also offers interest-free installment, which allow Gen Z to spread out their cost of opportunities, thus making it easier for them to manage cash flow over time.
Right, right. So this theme of buy now, pay later, we've been seeing it everywhere actually. Back then it was through credit cards that we can do that we can just use our credit cards and buy anything we want. But right now, with the rise of e-commerces providing services with this pay later things, so how can young people, or how can the Gen Zs manage their spending without falling into debt traps?
Okay, first thing, they have to make sure all their debt installment does not exceed 30% of all their monthly income, including pay later installment.
Okay, so not more than 30%.
30% of monthly income.
I see. So let's say we have, let's say the Gen Z have 10 million in
income.
monthly salary.
Yes.
So not more than 3
3
million
million
goes into
rupiah.
debt.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Got
it will help them if they create monthly budget, including debt installment plan, and stick to it. So they have to keep the discipline to follow the plan
Right.
if they don't want to fall in these debt traps.
I see.
So what other practical steps that you would give to Gen Z and millennials to manage their finance more responsibly, as well as managing their loan?
There are three steps actually. So one thing is making lists, the one that I mentioned before, making lists of all that outstanding debt, and start to pay the highest interest rate first, or start to pay the lower amount of outstanding debt first. That's called the avalanche method and snowball method
Yes.
for the lowest amount first. And then find other income sources to pay for debt. Use bonuses or other cash inflow, or if necessary, maybe they have to take some side hustle. And third one is simple, but sure they have to do this, just stop taking new debts
Yeah,
before
that's,
they pay all their outstanding debt.
that's the most important, right? Because like we've been seeing many cases actually that people pay their debts using another debt.
Correct,
And
yeah,
it goes-
that happens frequently.
It's a cycle. It goes on and on until you have a debt big enough that you cannot even repay. And then some people chose to not end the debt but end the life.
Sadly, but
Sadly.
true. Yeah.
Right, right. So, are there specific red flags that borrowers should watch for before taking loans, especially online loans? Like, what are the signs that, for example, this pay later service is okay and this one is not okay?
Okay, choose legal ones. Choose legal ones means the one that are registered and supervised by OJK as the authority. And then do research on their record. Some of them have bad record, such as you have to check how they collect the installment, the method on how they collect the installment.
Right.
Such as do they use violence while they're collecting the installment, something like that.
Right. So you can actually see them through a simple web search. Is that true?
You can check from OJK website first
Okay.
to check if they are legals or
Yes.
not.
If they're under OJK or not,
Correct.
and then the next steps.
Yes, do the research online perhaps, because they have some reviews from the users, from the outstanding users, and they usually make comments on this online.
Right.
Yeah, on the app reviews, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
they
Correct,
leave
yeah,
some
you can-
comments there
True.
too.
You can check it.
Yes, just make sure it is under the OJK or regulated by the OJK to avoid bad debt collector or debt collecting that is against the law. And what if someone has already fell into the trap of that? How can they start gaining some financial stability?
Yeah, that's a good question. So first thing, they have to reevaluate their finance, including readjust cash flow and list all their assets and debts. And then meet the creditors, try to meet the creditors and talk about their difficulties and maybe ask them to lower the interest. And then just do negotiation with them. And try to sell some valuable assets in order to pay the highest interest rate first. And lastly, don't take the burden by themselves, so talk to the expert, ask for advice.
Right, because it is a very dangerous game that you can easily fall. Anyone can fall into debt. Right. So, lastly, Maloli, do you have any message that you would like to convey to our younger audience out there, our Gen Zs and millennials, about managing debts and achieving financial freedom?
Okay, there are 5 things that I used to
that's
do,
a lot. Okay, please say it to the camera.
to yes, to survive from any financial difficulties in order to achieve financial freedom easier. So first thing is live below your means. If you cannot afford buying in cash, then you simply just cannot afford it. That's it. And always have an ideal emergency fund, and never ever use it unless it's very, very emergency situation. Third one, have health insurance, because medical expense inflation is very, very high, around 13.6% annually. Fourth one, say no to consumer's debt. Because once you take consumer's debt, then you are triggered to take another one.
Okay.
And then last one, don't rely only on one income source. Because you never know, right, in the future what happens. So it will be more flexible for you if you have more than one income source.
Okay, that's a good tip. I like the fourth one. Don't take consumers' debt, because yes, once you're in there, it's very hard to not do it again and again.
It's
Yeah.
It's hard to escape
Yes,
from
Yes,
the
it
traps.
becomes a habit.
Yes. Okay, Mbak Luli, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
being here today
much.
and giving us the
Terima
knowledge
kasih.
to traverse through this world of debts. Yes.
Yes.
I hope
So
so.
we are now set for a commercial break. When we return, we'll bring you the world headlines. So stay tuned here on C Morning Show.